Hello everyone, I am Abhimanyu and today in this video I am going to talk about how the coronavirus infects human body. As you know, a huge number of people have been affected and many have even died due to this pandemic situation. Simultaneously, scientists are also working hard to find how this can be either prevented or even cured by various means. In order to find any kind of remedy, it is better to know how this infection occurs. So today in this video, I will elaborate about a recent finding by scientists at University of Minnesota in United States, and this finding was published in Nature Journal. So let us begin. Well, as the number of coronavirus infection approaches around 1.7 million people worldwide, researchers are racing to understand what makes it spread so easily. And before moving ahead, let us have a look on the current scenario. So currently, there are around 17,81,465 cases of coronavirus worldwide, and around 1,08,883 people have even died. And but the recovery rate is quite good, almost like 4,04,616, and so many closed cases and even active cases. The active cases are around 12,67,966. So you can see like mild condition around 96% and critical around 4%, not that bad, and the death is around 21%. So and even the recovered rate is around 79%, and they have been discharged. So whatever may be the statistics, but the graph of total cases and total deaths are ever increasing exponentially, as we can see this through this graph. So it is quite like worrisome. Well, coming to the research findings, scientists at the University of Minnesota used X-ray crystallography to create an atomic scale 3D map of the virus spike protein and its corresponding partner on the human cells known as ACE2 receptor. So here is this research journal which is published in, here is this research article which is published in Nature, and they have found that ACE2 receptor is basically present in the human, which get binds with the coronavirus protein, and that protein is called spike protein. When the virus encounters the human cell, the spike protein on its surface stick to ACE2 receptors, and if the cell possesses them and allow the virus to gain access and replicate, the 3D structure shows that compared to the virus that caused 2002 and 2003 SARS outbreak, the new coronavirus has evolved new strategies to find its human receptor, resulting in tighter binding. So this particular virus is more intensely binding to the human ACE2 receptor compared to the previous outbreak SARS. So the map of the virus will now be used. Interestingly, this map will be used by scientists to search for potential drugs that can neutralize the virus before application has ramped up and the infection has taken hold. Well, if a new antibody drug can bind to those sites on the virus more strongly and frequently, then the receptor, it will block the virus out of cells, making it a potentially effective treatment for viral infection. So that sounds great news. And the same site can be used to save work on vaccines. Like even the vaccines can be produced by using the same site to prevent future infections. And they even compared the structure of pandemic coronavirus with the related strains which is found in the bats and pangolins. They found that both animal strains could bind to the same ACE2 receptor, supporting previous work that suggests the human coronavirus came from bats either directly or via pangolins that themselves become infected by bats. So before infecting humans, the animal strains picked up key mutations that allow the virus to spread more easily in humans. So in particular, this SARS efficiently infects throat and nose, causing mild cold-like symptoms such as whereas that SARS almost always replicate in the lungs. So basically, this particular strain has like picked up some mutation, and they have even developed some strategy to bind more tightly to this human ACE2 receptor in human. So here I have made a very simple animation which will help you to understand how like what is the mechanism of this coronavirus infection. So here is that human cell in the human respiratory tract, in upper respiratory tract, let it be like throat or even nose, and that and those cells have ACE2 receptor. And here is the representative diagram for novel SARS like coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2. And this particular virus has spike protein all around. And then these virus bind to the ACE2 receptor in the human upper respiratory tract. They have a lot of ACE2 receptor, and this ACE2 receptor get bind to the spike protein, and then they starts replication. So this is how this is how this coronavirus replicate, and like they have this particular mechanism by binding to the by binding with the ACE2 receptor in human cells which are present in the upper respiratory tract, mainly throat or even nose, and then they starts replication. So that's all for today's video. If you like my content, please like, share and subscribe my channel Pharmacist and Drugs, and until then stay tuned.